I wanted to share with you a card that I made that was inspired by these leftover pieces that I had. I had die cut a whole bunch of the Tattered Pinecone Twig, and I had all these leftover pieces that I thought, how beautiful of a card would those make? And this was the card that I ended up making. So I'm going to share with you how I did that. I began with a 6" by 8.5" piece of cardstock, which I am going to fold. And we'll set that aside. And then I took one of my scrap pieces of flute and I laid it out on top of a piece of Canvas Corp Brands burlap, and I cut it to size because all of my pieces aren't exactly, my leftovers aren't exactly all the same size. And then what I did was I kind of pulled the thread so I would know where I needed to paint green, because as you can see on the card, I used Glimmer Glam Lime Cordial to create the green for the twig. So I'm just laying this on top of the burlap and kind of eyeballing where I want to paint green, and then I'm just going to pull the thread, if I can get a hold of it, out. And there I have it. You can see where I want to paint. Oops, I guess I missed the top one. Because I really want the natural burlap to be on the outside edge. Okay, so there I have it. So I'm going to shake up my Glimmer Glam. And as I always say, the glitter lives in the bottom of the jar. So I don't care how much you shake these up. It's just been my personal opinion that if I get my paintbrush down in the bottom and get that all wiggled around in there, that I am going to get all of that yummy glitter up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to paint in the designated square that I've created, or rectangle, with the Glimmer Glam. And I'll place this on top to make sure that I got it all perfect. Look at that. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to take that piece of burlap and I'm going to lay it aside and I'm going to let that dry. And I'll clean up my mess I got going here on my craft mat. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of my Farmhouse Christmas paper that I have cut to fit my cardstock, leaving a little bit of a border around the edges. And I'm going to go use my Distress It All and I'm going to distress the edges of this. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. See all the nice, yummy distressed edges. I just love my Distress It All. Okay, so from here what I want to do is I am going to take my stamp. It's a Yvonne Blair Design stamp. And I am going to cover it with ink. And then I'm just going to randomly stamp on the face of my card. I just want little pieces. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. Check on the status. That's still just a little wet. All right, so now I have my flute. And I wanted this to be look kind of like it had a little bit of snow on it. So I went through my texture mediums that I had, and the golden crackle paste really seemed to look the closest to snow. So all I did was I took a palette knife, got a little bit out of here, and just ran it over top of my flute. There you have that. So now what I want to do is I want to give this all a little bit of shimmer because it is Christmas. It is the holidays where everything's bright and shimmery. So I'm going to mix up this Precious Metals Glimmer Mist that I have. And I'm going to spritz my Farmhouse Christmas paper and the cut flute. Then I'm going to pull out my heat tool and I'm going to dry everything and we'll go from there. So in looking at my card, I'm going to say that I did things a little bit out of order, but not that that's bad, because I still think this looks beautiful. In my original card, what I did was I sprayed the flute and the Farmhouse Christmas with the Precious Metals Glimmer Mist, and then I added the golden crackle paste over top of that. So I'm actually now going to just add another layer of the crackle paste because I do want it to look snowish. There. Okay, so I will make sure that that's dry and then we're just going to put our card together. All right, so I am going to take my snow-covered flute, and this is beautiful, this is flat, but it just wouldn't be me if I didn't manhandle things a little bit. Okay, so let's get our card, some multimedia, a paintbrush. I'm going to use my flat brush for this. Adhere my Farmhouse Christmas to the face of my card. Then I'm going to take a round brush and I'm going to apply adhesives into the big flat areas. And I will press that onto my burlap, and I will go and add some adhesive. Now, because you are adding adhesive to a porous fabric, it does require just a little bit more because it is going to soak right into that. All right, there we have our layers of the burlap, and now I'm going to take a piece of red jute and I'm just going to tie a bow. And with a little piece, little dab will do ya. And there you have it. An easy peasy Christmas card in which you can whip these up real quick and they will be a joy for all who receive it. I hope you've enjoyed my quick little Christmas card video, and I hope that you have a fabulous holiday season. Thank you.